Hey, and thanks for joining us on this video about our keyword finder tool. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our keyword tool, what makes it better than other tools, the history behind it, and how you can get the most out of our keyword finder tool when using SERPWoo. So if you go to the left-hand side of your screen, anywhere within SERPWoo, you should be able to find the keyword selection within the menu. Click on it and you're presented with our keyword finder. Now our keyword finder tool, I developed this when I was researching keywords and I was heavily involved in the higher education niche. And I knew certain keywords were highly similar to other words that people searched for when they were looking for specific degrees. One of these was exercise science. So anytime somebody typed in exercise science degree, they would type in that keyword or they would type in variations of that, but they would also type in keywords like kinesiology and kinesiology degree. Now those keywords are very similar. They're highly relevant to each other. But when I was doing my research, no keyword tool, and I'm talking about all of the big competitors, I'm even talking about the Google keyword planner tool, none of those brought up kinesiology when I would type in exercise science. And I knew that there had to be a way to obtain this information and to pull it. So that's when I started to think about building a better keyword finder tool. So what I did was in building this keyword finder tool, we pull all the same keywords that all the other keyword tools on the market pull. You know, we pull your base root keyword, we pull the similar keywords to that root keyword. We do the auto suggest where you're adding an A, B, C, D at the end of the query and you're getting all of those variations as well. But one thing that we did that no one else did was we looked at the SERP for that keyword. And if you put in exercise science degree and we looked at the SERP while we were pulling all of these keywords, we looked at the top ranking websites. And at the time, it was the top 10. And what we did was we would look at those top 10 websites for your root keyword, and then we would determine what other keywords those websites ranked for. And then that's how we ended up getting words like kinesiology degree and getting all the keywords that no other tool was pulling in at the time that were highly similar or related. Now we've tweaked our tool to bring in just the top 3 because over time I've learned that sites that were 5th, 6th, 8th, you know, these might have been big directory sites or magazine sites or big database type sites, and they could rank for all kinds of irrelevant keywords because they had other topics on their website. So we decided to just do the top 3, and this is really tweaked and helped with getting precise keywords based on your root. So that was something no other keyword tool did at the time, not even the Google Keyword Planner, and that really set us apart to give you these highly relevant terms that nobody else was pulling for you. And at that time, that's when I was able to actually look and use our own tool to pull in words like kinesiology degree when I would put in exercise science. So now that you know the history and why we built it and why our tool is better, I'm going to actually show you how to use the tool. So looking at your screen right now, at the very top, this keyword finder button that I'm circling, this will always bring you back to this tool that you're looking at on your screen right now. Now, if you want to look at your past queries, you know, say you've made a bunch of queries with our keyword finder tool and you want to go back in history and look at those, you can easily do this with this second button that I'm circling on the screen. If you click that, you'll actually see the entire history of everything you put into our keyword finder. So maybe you were doing a project in the past and you want to go back to those keywords. You know, for an example, I did child psychology degree number 4 here, but I did that on February 25th. I want to revisit that. I can actually go back to that and pull up everything that was there and look at that. Now, you can also make a list. And these would not be your past queries, but these might be lists that you want to favorite or that you want to save for later. You can actually access your list here. You can give it its own name. I'll show you how to actually make the list, but just know that the button that you need is up here at the top. It's the third button. So if I go back to Keyword Finder, now you can look at different Google data centers and variations of different Google sets that you want to look at, maybe in a certain language or in a certain country or from a certain data center. You can select those if you want to look at Google Italy or just google.com. This is where you would put in your keyword. We'll just try one here real quick so that you can see here. Our keyword finder tool is pretty quick. You'll go through this process here where it's going to tell you that everything's fine, that we're just pulling all of these keywords here. It'll even tell you the completion rate, and when it's done, you'll get this green status bar here that says process complete. So I'm going to click off that. And as we scroll down, one unique thing that we decided to do was to show you which websites are ranking for these keywords. So if you were to type in Louisville DUI attorney right now and look at the SERP, the top 10, you would see these websites: Justia, Expertise, Larry Foreman, Thumbtack, Attorney Paul Gold, and so forth. These are the top 10 for that root keyword. Now, as you scroll down, you can actually see who is ranking for that. So for this first keyword, fourth DUI in Kentucky, we've got this slightly light green. This is going to be Justia that is ranking for that. So what you're looking at is keywords that other sites rank for based off this root keyword that we pulled in. Now you might want to figure out which keywords most people are ranking for. Well, this amount of sources slider, we scale this back. We want to look at people that are ranking for 8 to 11. It's instantly done. We can see that best DUI lawyer in Louisville, Kentucky is pretty much being ranked by everybody. DUI attorney Louisville, Kentucky is pretty much being ranked by everybody that's up here on this screen that I'm circling, this part of the screen. So these are our sources. And you can easily get an idea of what the competition is like, especially with the first page, who's ranking for these other keywords. We can slide this back down. Maybe we only want to look at people that are ranking for 3 sources. So since this is 1 to 3, this is what our selection is going to come back as. And just by looking at the colors, you can tell which source is ranking for which keyword. So that's something that's going to give you a lot of information. We give you other stats. A lot of other tools are going to give you like the monthly traffic volume, which you can slide to your desired output, the PPC competition, and also the cost per click. Now, one thing that we do is we limit what you can see currently to 500 keywords. At any time you have more than 500, you can easily see all 500 or just limit. You can filter by positive words or filter by negative words. So positive would be words that you want to include. Negative would be words that you don't want to see. Like for an example, we've got the word assault here. We can negative filter that out. And everything with assault is now out of list. Or we can say that we want the word assault. And you're going to get your assault keywords here. It's all done very quickly. We pride ourselves on speed. So not only do we obtain these keywords quickly, but you can filter very quickly as well. Now, when you export these keywords, you can include your hidden keywords or you can exclude them based on the checkbox here. You can even add them to projects that you already have. So let's say I wanted to add these 2 keywords here to a current project. I could select my project, add the keywords to it, or I could add those keywords to a list. Now I have to select the keywords. So right here it says now that we have 1 keyword, now we have 2 keywords. So I can add those keywords to this project, or I can add them to a list. Now remember, the list is this 3rd button right here. I'll go ahead and show you how to add to a list. We just basically create a new list here or add to a current one and then select our button. Now, one thing you can do is you can also go ahead and track these keywords right here with this track button. So instead of adding bulk to a project here at the top, you can do it individually. If I wanted to track this one keyword as I'm scrolling down a big list of keywords, let's say if I take that filter off, and I can track any one of these individual keywords to the project drop down here. And then that way I can quickly add those to my project and start getting those tracked from the get-go. So this is our keyword finder tool. Again, our keyword finder tool we think is more advanced than anybody else's. We're going to give you the same stats that everybody gives you, but we go that extra mile and actually pull in the top 3 ranking websites for that root keyword and pull in all of their other keywords that they rank for, so that you can get those variations not found in other places, like with my example with kinesiology on the exercise science degree keyword. And we also list out who is ranking on that root keyword and where they fall within these keywords that we brought back to you. So you can see if it's just one person, if it's 3, and you can actually determine who exactly those people are and filter by that source as well. So that's our keyword finder. I highly encourage you to take it for a spin today, find some keywords that you might not have ever thought of before, or end up finding what your competitors rank for with other keywords, so that you can basically copy and take those keywords and try to rank for them yourself as well. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us at any time. We're here to help. We're digital marketers. We're not programmers. We're not venture capitalists. We're actually marketers that do this for a living day in and day out with our own websites that we rank on Google. So we have a vested interest to build you the best tools possible and listen to all of your comments and concerns to make SERPWoo better for you. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.